So there was news that came out today that actually put a smile on my face and actually made me laugh, where Stacey Dash has decided to step away from the political arena that she entered into about a month ago. Blindly, and might I add, very clueless. I swear this woman is literally living up to the name of the show that made her who she is today, both figuratively and literally. So, as we all know, she threw her bid in, her hat into the race, if you want to call it that, for the congressional seat in California for the 44th district, which was pretty much a minority, I guess you can say, zone where it housed a lot of non-white people. This woman has said some very disrespectful things about the black community, the same black community that propped her up back in the 90s and even, I guess you could say, the early to mid 2000s when she was still very relevant. And to see her pull the 360 that she did, and I mean, she pulled multiple 360s, this wasn't just one, and turn around and say the things that she says and how she acts, it it's very sad and pathetic. And she's been getting, and it seems like she gets wake up call after wake up call, but she just still doesn't get it. Roger Ailes, before he died, called her or referred to her as the black girl. That didn't work. She got fired from Fox News. That didn't work. And now she ran for this position and she dropped out of the race. And to be honest, and I'm going to read for you what she said her reason was, but to be honest, I think she dropped out because that other woman, I forget her name, the other black woman that was out there got into the race basically to ensure that Stacey Dash didn't win. And I think she saw that as a threat. And I guess Stacey thought that she could just coast through this thing, but it wasn't going to work. Now I'm going to read the statement that she gave as to why she dropped out of the race. And I want y'all to hear how much pure BS this really is. After much prayer, introspection, and discussion with my family, I am withdrawing my candidacy for California's 44th Congressional District. I started this run with the intention to address the pressing issues in the district where I live. I hoped and remain hopeful that I can assist people living here on the national level. My goal was and remains to improve the lives of people who have been forgotten for decades by the Democratic Party. At this point, I believe the overall bitterness surrounding our political process, participating in the rigors of campaigning, and holding elected office would be detrimental to the health and well-being of my family. I would never want to betray the personal and spiritual principles I believe in most, that my God and my family come first. The constituents living in the 44th district deserve a representative who is fully dedicated to improving their lives. I believe we live under a system of plantation politics, which offers people on the lower end of the economic spectrum little more than symbolic gestures instead of the true political empowerment and improvement. The high crime rate, unacceptable high school dropout rate, and decaying infrastructure are all problems that could receive federal attention and funds, but not if we focus on a distraction and partisanship instead. My political positions have often been labeled as controversial, but the real controversy is how decades of government corruption and political disempowerment have created a system where skyrocketing home prices, dirty needles in the streets, and long bus trips to other districts for jobs are somehow considered acceptable by the government officials representing the 44th district. The problem living here deserve better. The people living here deserve better. I will continue to speak out about these and other problems facing this district, as well as the distractions that take place in the place of real change. I am grateful for the prayers, love, and support I have received. Deciding to withdraw my candidacy was a difficult choice, but I have to go where I feel God is leading me. My thanks, my love, my gratitude. God bless you, Stacey Loretta Dash. Let me just say, I feel that entire little note that she wrote is full of fallacy and full of shit. I truly believe that she dropped out of that race because she had some stiff competition and she didn't want to get embarrassed and lose in front of the world. I don't even know why she even embarrassed herself to begin with by even entering this race. She has no political background. I guess she probably thought because her friend 45 had no political background that and he won that she could do the same thing. Stacey Dash has literally burned every bridge that was paved for her, or in her direction, I should say. Every last one of them. She has none left. She's stranded. And she still doesn't get it. This is your sunken place Negro that just loves staying sunken in. And it's so sad because this woman actually was very talented and very gorgeous back in the day. But her ego and her ignorance literally eclipses all of that. And I hope that she knows that the so-called people that were supporting her, they were just as fake as she is. She, like 45, only said what people wanted to hear and not what they needed to hear. Remember she said that they need to do away with Black History Month. They need to get rid of BET and all kinds of other things. Like, she caped hard and tap danced in them high heels for white people so hard that they literally kicked her in her ass and put her out on her derriere, and she still got back up and continued to dance like a puppet. It is so shameful to see someone like her do that. It really is. But she doesn't see it that way. She just sees it as being an upstanding, upright citizen of America. And that's definitely far from what that should be. I almost feel bad for her. Like, when this stuff started to first come up about Stacey Dash and how she is, I used to think it was a joke. But then as time went on and then I saw it repeated over and over again, I said, oh, this woman is not joking. She's being serious. Because she has to be, because she's not getting paid like she used to be. So she has to be doing this seriously. She can't. I know she's craving attention, but that's without a shadow of a doubt. But it's still so pathetic and disturbing of what this woman has become. This cannot be good for her health. I'm just saying. But I don't really have anything else left to say about Stacey Dash as of right now, and I'm sure something's going to come down the line, and we'll be talking about her again in like a few months or so, maybe even less. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments.